the perfect opportunity for Steve McClaren, and I have to say that it's certainly the best thing could ever happen to him. Welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. I want to speak about McClaren first game as Reggae Boyz head coach and how important and how crucial this first game might be. It could be a case of people seeing and believing, and also people seeing and questioning. Now, let me make this clear. This is not a video about me coming at Stephen McClaren. This is a video of me highlighting the big importance of this first game for Steve McClaren. So let's do the YouTube stuff, the hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all those things. All right, first of all, no, I do believe that you have to respect your opponents. It's crucial to respect your opponents, because at the end of the day, the ball is round and anything can happen. Now, on the other side of that is, it's expected that the Reggae Boyz should win this game. Why is that so? Ranking, quality in our team, and general, we normally are a better team than Cuba. But you're the aspect of it is in this one. The expectations are that we should dominate this game. The expectations are that we should flaunt what we have in this game. And this is what most of the supporters are looking for. Now, the more critical viewers of the game, that include coaches, scouts, the administrators, they will be looking on different aspects. And in football, you can play top teams, you can play small teams, you can play lower teams, you can be average teams. But one thing should remain the same. Your application, how you want to play. What exactly is it that you are trying to do? Now, in this video, I'm going to speak about the importance of this first game for McClaren, and also a possible starting lineup. Just based off how we think. Don't know anything already. But anyways, all right. So the importance of this game. One, he gets a few training sessions before kickoff. Normally, you see some teams a rep. The good thing is that all the team is, based on what I've heard, the entire team is now in camp. So that's a big positive. And also gets the opportunity to put in a few training sessions to implement what he wants his team to do. One of the danger part of it is for the viewing persons, as I said, not the critical part, this is the viewing persons. If they see something quite similar to what Grimson was doing, I do think people will just maybe make them face up and say, I don't like how this look, I don't like how this feel. And when we speak about similar style under Al Grimson, speaking about the sit back and counter. Now, in reference to that, if we see a Jamaica team looks more a bit expansive, a bit more attacking minded, maybe you're going to have the same step person saying, all right, we like this look, this is a positive look. No, but in football, defense win your championship, but goals win your games. You have to win games to win championship. Me the same way I'm just modifying, must 1,000 in front of me. Me inside, but me say whatever window did it. And me see somebody, the person walk past, 1,000 drop, and the person just walk past and take it up and I turn back. I threw my DVD still. Me na DVD, probably the person ain't gone far, man. So probably not take it up to him, but the person gone far. Been gone and gone. Anyways, but it's just funny if you see happen. So my apologies here, people. My apologies. So where that is concerned, so where McClaren is concerned, this is an optimum game for him to put in a particular style of play and try implement it. Even if the players are new to it, at least he can try implement it. And the quality that he has on the pitch in comparison to that of Cuba, he should be able, or the supporters should be able to see a remnants of difference where that is concerned. And I think it's a huge thing. And then now for the next game after that, within those couple of games that he has to play, most definitely, you can able to see what he's trying to do. And where repetition is concerned, so we see it in the Cuba game, then we see it in the Honduras match. And that will showcase this is what he's trying to do. And for me personally, I'm more so definitely keen eye on what the team is trying to do on the pitch. How are they playing? I'm not necessarily looking at players, because the fact that we are now so heavily burdened looking at players is because we are so depleted as a unit. The only thing we think can fix us is better players. I'm not saying that better players aren't important, and yes, I would want to see better players in the team, but it doesn't matter how good players are that comes into the team. Once the system or the style of play is not current with the type of players that we have, based off the player's profile, we are going to be in problems. The question that I asked in the presser, which is the squad announcement, is the profile of players that you selected, the ideal profile of players that you want to deploy on the pitch based off your envisioned system. He kind of never technically answered the question. He spoke about 3 characteristics, and he said that he wants to players that run, play with passion, those things. But it didn't necessarily answer the question. And I think it's more so him trying to see the players them first and then work what he has. For me personally, I do think that most coaches, if not all coaches, should generally have an idea in their mind of how they envision their team playing. I think that's what most coaches should be looking at. I could be wrong 100%. And sometimes football is about who you have on the pitch and what you can do with them. But I do think that some of the most elite coaches, they have gotten their results based off how their teams play. And you can see it in modern football. If you give a proper look at Liverpool, the coach changed. But the new coach came in, he tweaks a little thing, but you can see the playing style resemble that of the previous coach. So basically, going forward from here, it doesn't matter which coach come in, the expectation is that the team should play in that remnants. Like Brighton FC is quite similar. Now, I know that this is the senior team, which makes it a little bit different. But in regards to the senior team, it should be easier because you're selecting the same set of players, and I think it has to do with more of a culture. So if Brazil slightly move away from their culture. They used to this samba, fancy trick style and flair. No, Brazil gone into the more European type of playing style. And since then, it's been a long while since Brazil have seen any level of success. It has been a long while since they have gone into the European style. If you look at all these teams that are winning the significant cups, it's more an embedded, the teams that have their embedded system or style of play. The France, the Argentina, because Argentina has a lot of European players, but they don't necessarily play European football. They still have that South American type of thing about them. Uruguay still have the South American type of thing about them. So a lot of these countries have their own independent identity. This is something that, even though me and Craig Butler disagree upon a lot of things, this is something that me and Craig Butler, me always agree with Craig Butler on, that every nation needs their own identity, their own module of play. So whichever coach come in place, 100% that module remain the same, especially if it can be a successful module. And the inclusion of the top players in Europe that are born outside of Jamaica, with those inclusion, because that quality come in, it improves on the module. It improves on the quality of the module, the better the quality players. But the mere fact that we don't necessarily have a module, we don't have a system of play, we don't have a style of play, even the quality players then come in, they might look like crap. They might look like they're not ready. They look like they might first time kick a ball in their life, because the team in itself is not cohesive surrounding that specific module, and they're not rigid enough based off that same specific module. So then consistently I pick and I just nip around the players. I try find something to do. So then basically they on the field, I try play football based off what them think. So you have 9 players playing in EPL, you have 5 playing in Championship, you have 2 playing at whatever amount. But the squad itself is just unbalanced where the players are coming from, where the players are playing. And because of that, it's just a lot of chaos. 4 players playing in the EPL for 3 different clubs, 3 different style of play. 5 players playing in the Championship. 3 and 5 different clubs, 5 different style of play. 2 in a League One, this League Two, or whatever, or some MLS, some and other aspect of Europe, and everybody play this different brand of football. You know what's going to happen when you put all of these players on the pitch without your identity of how you want all of these players to play? You're going to find out that all of these players are playing independently in accordance to their individual skill set and also how they play at the club that you're coming from. And that is where the danger is at. And that's the reason why we struggle to get any level of success. No, I personally think that once McClaren come in and imprint his identity on the team, we shall be successful. No, this is what Al Grimson did right. Al Grimson said, you know what, fine, I understand all of these things. So Al Grimson built a more defensively rigid team. And based off that, we grow from there. So the team must start off by a bit of low block or mid block and catch you on the counter. Quick wide areas, quick pace in the wide areas, and which I hurt you from there. Sometimes ball over the top, Mikel Antonio, get in the half spaces or get in behind the defenders, hold the ball and make the wingers them fall in. And then they play from there. But other than that, based off that, I have to say that was something that McClaren was trying to do. It's just unfortunate now that coach changes, and I hope that McClaren would see that and say, you know what, let me build on that. The defensive rigidness is already there, so let me see if I can expand a little bit more in the attacking sense. So for me, I'm not hyper worried about who is on the pitch. I'm more so worried about what is it that we are trying to do. Because you can get all different players from right across the globe. Once you bring them in a particular system, they can look good. If it's a proper system where I can play very good football, smart football, because that's something that we don't do, I think we can be successful. But until then, we're going to consistently struggle, because the main focus is on individual quality, individual player. And because the main focus is on individual quality, we're going to find out that we will never look good as a unit on the pitch. Players are going to look like individual rather than a team. But it's just my 2 cents still. I don't know if it makes sense to you. I really don't know if it makes sense to you. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. MG Sports TV people, we're out. God bless. Boom. Nah, I mean. Oh, this now lock off.